What's what's that say? It's your boy Jose, hustle every day, mind over matter, mental tussle every day. You know I ain't forgot, but I hope you didn't. Cause if you did, like, you gotta go watch all my other videos. Starting from this one right here. This one right here. First one, that's young Jose right there. He was, look at him.
I ain't doing what other niggas do. I ain't doing no motherfucking.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Nah, I do. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you girls are doing great. I decided to turn on this camera because I had a very interesting topic brought up to me. Give me a second. I'm going to be just reading some notes off of my phone. My other phone, I have two phones, one for the recording and one for the notes. Stupid ass. I got some notes written down for this topic that I'm going to be talking about today. How change can affect friendships and what you should do with friends who you don't think are changing with you. This topic was brought to my attention by a good friend of mine. He was talking to me about some things he was going through in life, and he had mentioned to me how he's experiencing a lot of success that he's never really experienced before. It's all new to him, very exciting, but he also has a sense of preservation. He wants to keep this change for the better, and he wants to keep it for the long run. He mentioned to me that he has some people in his life that seem to, I guess, be stuck in a sense. They're doing things that aren't really contributing to any long-term progress in their lives, any change in their lives, and he's found himself in a really weird position. But I'm not going to say much on that situation. I'm just going to go in on this topic and what the conversation is going to be about. Feel free to leave any opinions in the comment section. Anything that you might want to add that I missed out on throughout the video, feel free to, drop it out. I'll be reading anything useful, of course. So yeah, today's topic, like I said, friends and growth. Before I get into the friends aspect, I'm going to talk a little bit about growth and what that's about. So growth is a gradual thing. It's something that happens over time. It requires certain things to be met in order for those conditions to happen. The most important thing, I think, would be change. For anything to grow, there is a certain change that is required to happen. Even the most hard-headed of people adopt certain changes, very small ones. Others are more capable of adopting bigger changes in their lives that will result in different things coming into your life. And as people, we require change in order to change us. It's very hand in hand. You can never expect new things to come into your life and then keep doing the same things. You can't expect to meet new people being the same person in the same bubble that you are in. And ultimately, if you want to change your life due to poor results that you're getting, you also need to be willing to accept change within your life. Pretty simple concept, very 1 2 3 ABC, and yet it's something that I feel like a lot of us do not really put into practice, myself included. There are aspects of my own life in which I need to change personally, but that is not the conversation that we are here to have, because nigga, you're not my therapist. So change and friends can be a very tricky thing to work around, because a lot of us are used to wanting to keep the same people around, but sometimes changes require us to change it up. Damn, I'm gonna be saying that word so much in this video. I'm probably gonna keep a count on it at the end of the video. But anyway, so sometimes changes, wanting better requires for us to change what we do in our lives, where we go, what we give time to, and who we're around. It's where the friends come in, who we're around. People around you react to changes that have to do with you differently. You'll be changing as a person to try to better yourself, get to a goal or whatever it may be, and you'll have friends who they will see that and that'll inspire them, that will make them want to do better. You see someone in your circle who is mentally strengthening themselves, reading books or working out, or financially stabilizing themselves, saving up a lot of money so that they can get an apartment, a car, whatever it might be. That will inspire you, in the case of a friend of yours wanting to better themselves, and vice versa. You wanting to better yourself will hopefully inspire friends of yours to want to do the same. Your cultivation of knowledge, willpower, discipline, consistency will hopefully rub off on your friends, so that ultimately all of you can change each other and grow together for the better good, right? Keywords for the better good. You being a person who wants to change in a sense of things that are not good for you, your friends are going to hopefully realize that and try to tell you to stop, but that's a different conversation. Those people that you inspire through your changes, those are friends that will grow with you, and those are the friends that you want. You want friends who are willing to change as well, because people that grow with you tend to go with you. you know, they tend to follow you along in your life, wherever that might take you, hopefully towards success due to the changes that you are applying. You also have friends who, you know, they see you growing, but they themselves aren't really putting in much of an effort to change things around for themselves. The friends that might want to always go out, party, drink, smoke, enjoy the leisures of life, the pleasures that life has to offer us, and that's fine. You can enjoy the pleasures of life. You know, it's fun to, you know, get lit to a certain extent. There's limits to this type of stuff, and those people, they might not be as willing to change. You could do what you want to do and do what you have to do, so long as you know what the extent and the limits are of doing what you want to do, to make sure that it doesn't get in the way of doing what you have to do, you know, doing what you are responsible for doing, you know, not just for like people, but for yourself. You know, like there are things that you want to make sure you're doing to get yourself ahead in life, because, you know, this life shit is not given to us. You know, this shit is earned. So a lot of us aren't born with, you know, shit to our name. You know, we gotta make it. But it's also important for me to note, we all grow at different rates. Somebody might grow faster than you in a field that you're in. They are skilled in their own ways, and that might result in different paces, which is completely fine. Slow growth is still growth. You know, you are still going in the same direction as somebody who grew faster than you. That's just what it is. You know, it doesn't matter the speed. Some flowers, they take more rain and sunlight to bloom. You know, some flowers don't, and that's completely fine. So long as you are growing, that is all you have to worry about. And, you know, there's a beauty in the differences between us. They cultivate growth through the pursuit of understanding one another. Wanting to find out about somebody, to understand them, can possibly help you further understand yourself, and that will result in you growing in a certain aspect as well. Slow growth is still growth, but, you know, I'm referring to friends around you who aren't growing at all, you know, no growth, but, you know, they're also complaining about their situations, or, you know, saying, damn, you know, like, I want to reach this, but, like, you know, there's this and this in the way. And then there's also other things in the way that they're not mentioning, like habits that they have. Wasting time on things that don't deserve your time. You know, you can be putting your time to a lot more use. Me making this video is a far more productive time spender than me just, you know, saying fuck this video, turning on my PS5 and getting on Helldivers 2 because that game is fucking awesome. But that's not really going to be too much of a productive time. I would rather spend my time talking about things I care about here on this camera to you guys, because I know that some of you guys that are hearing this need to hear this, and I hope that this message gets to you. So, you know, shout out to whoever needs to hear this, and shout out to everybody watching already. I love you. Jose Hustle appreciates you in every way, shape, and motherfucking form. There are people who prefer going out and getting lit over growing up and getting better. Those are specifically the friends that I'm talking about that might be in your circle. And a lot of the times we lie to ourselves because we like people, and we have a lot of emotional attachment to people, but you know who those people in your life are. You know who those people are almost 95% of the time. And sometimes, like, you know, those people just need a little push in the right direction. You know, sometimes they're just ignorant. You know, they just don't really understand that you could do better. Even though, you know, after a certain point, you know, you being grown, like, you know what you're doing as an adult. You know, I feel like a lot of it has to do with motivation as well. It definitely plays a major role, and people view things differently. You know, it's just a lot of different things that can play a part in the fact that you have a friend who is stuck. Your first instinct might be, you know, to want to help that person, you know, to want to push that person into changing themselves, which is the ideal thing to do. Because if you're changing yourself and you're leaving your friends behind, can you really say that they're your friends if you don't really care about their progress as people? Can you say that they're your friends if you don't really care where they end up? You know, not saying that it's my responsibility to grab a person by his bootstraps, but to at least give a hand. I would hate for one of my friends to not give me a hand when I need it, you know, because I know I do as well. We're human, we're not perfect, and we always need a little bit of guidance from one another.